I'm your host, Straight Talk Ted, and welcome to another episode of Raw Sports Radio. Today we're going to talk about whether or not the Celtics are a contender or they're not a contender, and some of the things that they may need to do to possibly be a contender. So let's talk about it, man. The last few games for the Celtics, man, they've been playing some pretty good basketball. It seems like they're trying to, you know, play together, as Marcus Smart said the year before last, when he didn't like what was going on. He was very public about it. He said, "Hey, man, we're not playing together as a team." It seemed like Jaylen Brown and Tatum are trying to put it together and trying to collaborate with each other, but time will tell. We really don't know. So my other host Gardner on the sideline here. He's gonna come in and out, and we're gonna talk about some things. And but first, let's talk about, like I said, this combination between Tatum and Brown. You know, they lost. They was on like 11-game winning streak or something like that, or maybe a 10-game winning streak, and then I believe they lost to either Atlanta or Detroit.
But better yet, and more importantly, let's just start off with, let's just address the issue, man. It's the elephant in the
Sure.
room. What about what's going on with Tatum and Brown not getting along? A little beef in Boston. What's going on with
Well,
that?
I don't think it's more or less like a beef, but more or less like who's going to be the main guy. I think like they were drafted 1 year apart from each other, first of all, and then
Yeah,
second,
Brown at number three in
that's
that
right,
2016, and Tatum at number
right,
three as well in 2017. So
exactly. So you draft a guy who plays basically the same position. So now you got a guy coming in
same
who's
pecking order as well.
right, same pecking order, right. So now you got a guy that's been there a year before. He's is trying to establish himself as a superstar, and you got another guy coming who plays the same position. And now they're
Other
sharing
one,
the ball.
other one wants to one to play behind the other. He like, man, I ain't playing behind you. I was drafted the same position. I'm not playing behind you. I drafted the same position you were. I was here a year before you. I got more. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Tenure before
Yeah, but
you.
but the other guy doesn't want to be Robin. He doesn't want to be Robin. You gotta have a Batman and a Robin. This guy doesn't want to be
Right.
Robin. So I think that was one of the
And that
reasons.
and that who was that guy being Jalen Brown? Right. He don't want to be Robin. Right.
Yeah, I think Jalen Brown feels like, listen, man, I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna take my shots, and I'm gonna do what I
Mhm.
gotta do. It's not no little brother, big brother thing. It's just like, yo, we out here to play. We're gonna be balling out. So I think what happens is that when they were playing in some of these games, they wasn't playing team basketball. It was like who was gonna get the most buckets. And I think this year they kind
Right.
of trying to straighten that out this season. Cause I feel like they're collaborating a little bit more better with each other. You know what I mean? But I
Right.
just feel, having two, I'll say it again, Dave, two superstar forwards. I don't know any NBA team has won a championship with that kind of scenario. So that's how I look at that.
Right.
I don't think, but they got a good team. They got some good plays. They got some good pieces. You got Smart. They got Tice back. They got a lot of good pieces. You got the young man from San Antonio who's the guard. He's playing for them now. I forgot his name. I don't want to butcher his name up. But they got a nice squad. You know what I mean? But they still need, I think, a legitimate center. I think that's
Yeah, I
important.
told you.
Yeah,
Like you
you're
said,
right.
earlier in the season, you was like you would rather keep Tatum and ship Jason. No, you would keep Brown and ship Tatum on a trade somewhere. I
Yeah,
told
I,
you,
I
you know what
was
I'm
saying you
saying.
could
But
have.
I like,
Yeah, you could have traded either one of those guys.
but I
All right,
told you that these guys competing against each other pretty much, and it's at the expense of the team. They just trying to get going out to get their numbers.
right,
So
right.
that's what's causing the confusion. And like Marcus Smart, he felt like he was caught in the middle of it. He just standing in the corner. You know how he came out and said in one of his
Yeah.
interviews. But
I
I
mean,
get that later.
you see some of the moves that they made within the years. At one point they got rid of Harford. Then
But
they
I
brought
told you,
Harford back,
yeah, they got rid of Hartford, but they ended up bringing them back. Like,
bringing
yeah,
them
I
back.
told you that
Yeah,
that it's going to have to be a leader. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to have a number one option. Somebody's going to have to accept the number two option.
right. And
But
for some
I
reason,
told you. I mean, you wanted
right.
to keep Brown, but I told you got to build around Tatum, man. Whether Jalen Brown likes it or not, man, I don't know. His issue because his problem because he really wasn't a shooter coming out of college at
Well,
California.
he worked on
He
this game.
worked on the skill, right. Yeah, I mean, I guess let hype get to his head because sometimes I be on serious film and I listen to a not the callers, just the fans and everybody online, YouTube, whatever. But they were pretty much, the Boston fans was pushing for Jalen Brown to shoot the ball more because they said Tatum was taking so many shots and he wasn't efficient at the beginning of the season, and Jalen Brown was. But see, there's a catch to that. But Jalen Brown wasn't guarded as the number one option on offense. Tatum was the number one focus on teams were honing in on Tatum as the number one option. So things
Right,
change when players take that focus off Tatum. Say, hey, this guy Brown is eating us up. That shooting percentage starts to go down.
right.
So I mean, they didn't have no defined roles. They were just out there getting it, as you said, and they put the new coach, I feel, in a tough position. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, well,
it
you know,
wasn't
they
no
had, yeah,
respect there. But make
I
no
agree.
confusion about it. Make no confusion about it. I mean, the organization already said. I mean, hey, Tatum's our guy. Tatum's our guy. We're gonna build around Tatum. So whether
Yeah,
Jalen
right.
Brown liked it or not, you know what I mean. This is
Well,
the guy.
well, you know what? You're right, and that's what they. He's the number one guy. But what the problem was that even when they was playing in the bubble, you could see the issues that were going on with this team. Now I don't know because now they got a different coach. They're doing things a little bit differently, strategies differently. But I remember they were playing against that Miami Heat that series. These guys were missing so many jumpers. They didn't even want to even go to the basket. They as if they were still learning how to be efficient at the end of the games, and they lost some games and they lost the series. They were taking so many jump shots, and now I see them driving to the basket a little bit more. They're posting up, with their back to the basket. They're playing a little bit different style of play, and they're moving the ball around. And I think that has to do with the fact that they got some leadership from Harvard. I mean, these guys are not leader kind of guys. That's going to be vocal and be leaders. They're not those kind of guys. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So that also can be a part of the problem. Smart is a little bit of a leader. He's more of a defensive player, but when you look at a leader, you look at the guy who's the main guy as being the leader. You know what I mean? And Tatum
Hmm.
don't seem like that kind of guy. He's not very talkative like that with his guys. You know what I mean?
Right. He lead by example, huh? Just pretty much silent.
He's a silent guy. He's a
What's
silent
going through?
assassin. He's going to get his buckets. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I think that comes with growing as a NBA player doing what you got to do what's best for the team. I think they're trying to get to that point now, but can they sustain that going into the playoffs? That's going to be the key. Are they going to be able to do that?
Right.
You
Well,
know?
like you said, man, I felt like they took a step back when they lost. You said earlier. You mentioned they needed a big man in the a presence in the inside. I felt
Right.
like they had that in Horford, but of course they let him get away to Philly, and we seen the mess that was. Philly had a problem, and they didn't have no. Philly they had like three big men or two big men,
Right.
a heavy loaded or a top heavy front court.
He got caught up in the numbers.
Yeah, so
Caught
he
up in
got
the
caught
numbers.
up in there, ended up getting shipped to OKC, but he finally made his way back home, back to Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they ended up getting Horford back, which at this point, egos are so crazy. I don't know how much of a influence Horford can have with these guys being that they done became men in their own right since he's been gone. So,
Yeah, yeah. But I tell you, man, I've been watching Hoffa the last couple of games, man. And he's been an integral part in them winning games, man. He's been doing this thing with
mm,
his awkward
always
set shot,
has
three
been.
pointer, man. He's doing this thing. He's playing, man, and he's consistent. He's consistent doing what he's getting rebounds and doing the little things that big men supposed to do. So it's just a matter of them just, like I said, as a team collectively playing together and being on the same page. I think at times in certain times of the game, they're not on the same page.
Right, right, right,
Everybody has like a little bit of a hidden agenda sometimes, and I think that's what messes
right.
them up. I think the last couple games that I've seen when they had this winning game streak, they were playing together seamless and they were figuring it out. So
Hmm.
let's hope that they continue. They can um, use that and then kind of like build on that. Hopefully, going towards the playoffs.
Right, right, right. Well, I hate to bring it up, man, but I got to get you to talk about it. Um, in the midst of the turmoil and the media basically, exploiting it. I mean, like pretty much amplifying it. Media kind of put them under the scope, man, and kind of blew it out of proportion about them not getting along. I think it was just a bunch of confusion with the roles. I don't think, like you said, it wasn't a true beef. But in the midst of
Right.
that, man, we
No.
know they were playing one game, and they was playing against what it was the Bucks, man, and Jason Tatum was going up hard for a rebound, and then this happened.
Oh, you
Brown
talking
got
about
his had his knee teeth.
the dislodging of the tooth situation? Well,
Yeah,
I think
teeth
it was just
got
one of
tooth
those.
got knocked out. So, I mean,
Yeah.
they had a little, I guess Brown went away some kind of way, he felt bad about that. Some kind of way he was feeling away because all Jason Tatum did was pretty much like give him like, man, you good, a pat on the back or whatever, back of the head, and like, Tatum. I mean, Brown ended up, he wasn't really over it, man. He was feeling some kind of way about it, man. Even though he played it off on the sideline, but doing it, I think they was doing that like a Christmas game, and don't quote. I think yeah, it was Christmas game, and he was like, "Man, all you want." Brown told the reporter like, "All you want for Christmas was the two front teeth." So that was funny. That was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
But I do know that that sent a message because I guess at that point, uh, Jason ain't even reach out to him, because he took the Brown took to Twitter and said that, man, he should at least reached out to him and try to get his tooth fixed. So
Oh,
you
so he's
know,
trying to say he's gonna pay that dental bill. You try to say,
right. That's what Brown was mad about. That's why he came out and said all I wanted was my two front teeth. He sent him
yeah,
like a hint. He like, damn, dude, you ain't even gonna have the decency to reach out to me. You know what I'm saying? That can affect your
yeah,
chemistry and how you get along with a player. You seeing like, damn, what kind of moral character is this guy? Like, you start questioning his morale. You know what I
right,
mean?
right,
So,
right,
so I mean, that really, you know what I'm saying? That could cause that riffraff. I understand where Brown's coming from in that point. Jason being seen like he's a selfish guy, worried about himself, but
right,
eventually, once he took to Twitter and said that doing, the broadcast, they brought it out. I guess Jason Tatum, he reached out to Brown and said, man, yeah, man, don't worry about it, man. I get you I get you fixed up, man. Just come see me, man. Come to my office, man. I get you right, man. Come, we'll fix you right on up, man.
yeah, yeah. I'll take care of it.
Yeah, so
You know, number
so he
area to take care
he
of
said,
this,
I
man.
pull up, man. I pull up, man. I'm mobile. I come down there to the ATL, man. I even, what I'm saying, do some
Right,
black
right.
empowerment movements with you, man. I come march with you down there, man. Hit
Yeah,
up.
yeah. But I can definitely take care of this team situation,
I
man.
take care of this. Just come to my office, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly,
Yeah. So
man. But I'll tell you, man.
so
Yeah,
he ended up getting his tooth fixed, man. So he took tooth fixed. I guess Jalen Brown, rightfully so, went back to Twitter, man, and posted. I guess his tooth was fixed. So
yeah,
and
man.
then
I can
they
smile
made
again.
it up. So that's all that matters. They pieced it
Yeah.
out. Got rid of the media. So like as you said, they was on like a 12-game winning streak, 11, 12-game winning streak. So they've
Well,
been
let me tell you
buzzing,
something.
but the coach said they got to keep it going.
Yeah, but you know what it is too, man. And we talk about this all the time, and we touched on it on other shows. It's like sometimes you need these guys to develop and mature and understand the game. Everybody thinks if guys come in the game, they're going to be like a LeBron James. There's not too many guys like that, right?
All right.
Those guys, come down. They come around very. They don't come around so often, but
All right.
sometimes these guys got to grow into their business and realize what they need to do for a team to win. We see it with a lot of players, man, all the time. I mean, Michael Jordan had to go through that when he played. Okay,
Yeah.
for the first
I'm,
couple of seasons when he was with Collins, he was just doing it.
and
He
they trying to figure it out, man. A lot
trying to
of
figure
pressure
it
on
out.
them.
And then you had to bring the big gun Phil Jackson in and do the Zen treatment on him and be like,
Right,
hey,
but
man, you gotta trust your
but
players.
it's funny because a reporter asked Marcus Smart, the leader, basically heart and soul of that team. He asked him about that. This is what he said. Let's bring that up.
Sure.
Can you see it?
Now I can't see it on my end yet, but what exactly did he say? So why we just
Can you
you
hear
know
it? You can't hear it.
uh, no, I can't hear it. I can hear you,
Tell
but I
people
can't
before
hear.
you see the rainbow, it has to
Okay, now
rain.
I can.
We're going through
Okay.
the
All
rain
right.
right now.
Let
So
me start that
we
over
got to
for you
figure out how to
there.
get out of it.
Sure.
It's not going to be easy.
Yeah.
You guys have been through tough battles. You've won playoff games. You've won conference finals games. Why now in the fourth quarter of this game in November, does it seem like you guys are panicking?
I don't know. I think if we knew that answer, we wouldn't be here talking about it now, will we? But something that we gotta fix. Whatever we have to do, we gotta figure it out. Nobody's gonna figure it out for us. And sometimes, before, I always tell people before you see the rainbow, it has to rain. We're going through the rain right now, so we gotta figure out how to get out of it. It's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be pretty. Just gotta figure out a way. We don't know what that is, but gotta figure it out. And I think we will. We don't know when, but we will. Hopefully sooner than later, but we'll figure it out.
Last season, you guys were having some issues for a while where you would get to the first or maybe the second action of a play and then kind of wouldn't really know where to go from there or kind of fall down into isolation. I guess, where do you feel like you guys are at this point, and how does your role as the point guard, how do you feel like you need to help guide that?
There's only so much I can do without the ball in my hand.
It's interesting
Just sitting
what he
in the
said.
corner. When we running plays for our best players, every team knows that. They do a good job of shutting that down. And, we can't allow that. When they shut that down, we can't keep trying to go to those guys. We got to, abort that and, find another way to get them the ball in the spots that they need the ball. And like I said, for me, I can only do so much with just standing in the corner or when I come up and give the ball away. So, I do everything I can on the other end to try to combat that. I try to talk. I try to, make the plays, get those guys the ball where they need it, where they want it. Yeah.
I mean, there's been a lot of kind of trying to target mismatches and go to the post or isolation for JB and JT. Would you rather kind of stick with the more complex plays in the crunch time and try to just find that flow?
I would just like to play basketball. Every team knows we're trying to go to Jason and Jalen. And every team is programmed and studied to stop Jason and Jalen. I think everybody's down the court is make those guys try to pass the ball. They don't want to pass the ball. And that's something that they're going to learn. They're still learning, and we're proud of the progress they're making, but they're going to have to make another step and find ways to not only create for themselves, but create for others on this team, to open up the court for them later down in the game where they don't have to always take those tough shots or take tough matchups when they do get the one-on-one, and then you bring in a trap. Just reading that. And it's something that, we've been asking for them to do, and they're learning, So we just got to continue to help those guys do that and to help our team.
We'll wrap it up right there. Thank you, Marcus.
Thank you.
Well, you know what? You saw it right there, right out of his mouth. Basically, what's going on is that he's saying these guys are learning. They're learning how to win. They're learning how to make adjustments in real time. Okay. The bottom part of that was like, hey man, you're not passing the ball. You're getting double teamed. Why are you not passing the ball? Why are you not moving the ball around? And that's what the problem was. All right. These guys are learning how to coexist. Like I said, it's not gonna be easy. Because like you said, you got two guys basically playing the same position. Trying to take the same amount of shots every single night. It's about matchups. Okay. Some days you're gonna have Brown gonna be able to exploit a matchup. But like you said, listen to what Smart said. He said all the teams are preparing for Tatum. So if they're preparing for Tatum, what's plan B? What's B option? What's C option? What kind of game plan we does when they try to stop him? And it seems like that's where the problem is, that the guys is trying to figure that out because the ball's not moving around the way it's supposed to. All right, it's a team game. All right, but what I saw, like I said, about a year ago when they played when they played in the bubble, basically, I saw guys that was just putting them shots, man, and they wasn't making any kind of changes, like go to the basket, get fouls, or anything. They wasn't doing none of that. So right now, hopefully, this coach has a tough task is to try to get these guys to play together. Because real coaches know that when you got a bunch of guys that are talented, instead of saying I got to get mine, well, they should be saying, I'm going to make the game easy for you. Like, say, for instance, we play in the same team, Dave, and we both scores, right? Now, I should be looking at, I got to get my points against you, Dave, and all this, that. No, it's like, yo, you know what? You're going to make the game easy for me because when they double team you,
kick it off. Exactly. You're going to have that unselfishness about yourself.
It's going to make the game easy for everybody when you got guys that are being double teamed. and that's what makes your team so deadly. But Celtics had to figure that out, man. They're trying to figure it out. Um, I think Brown and them, they could exist. I'm still kind of like 50-50 on that as far as the trade thing. Um, but if they do trade one of them, was they probably trade Brown if they do, because he seemed like he gets hurt a little bit, a few times during the season. He's like he's out. So, but they gotta get equal value to him. I mean, maybe a really good center, a real good point guard to give Smart a spell. You know what I mean? 'Cause I think Smart just because Smart does all the things, the little intangibles, the little things that a lot of players don't do, the things that don't show up on the stat sheet. So I really think that he should stay. They need to get a legitimate center. I mean, I'm still having issues with the fact that they got rid of Taco Force. I got a problem with that. Taco Force should still be playing for the Celtics. But like I said, he's gonna.
Oh man, you bringing up Taco Falls again? He
Yeah,
the
man.
go, huh? He the
They
go.
gonna, I'm telling you, man. What's gonna happen is that they're gonna regret
This
trade
the
this
guy you
season.
talking about, right?
That's exactly what I'm talking about, man.
Oh man, he the go. That's what Jason Tatum got an issue with you too. Like, come on, Ted, you calling this guy the goat? Really,
I'm
really?
not calling him the GOAT, but I'm telling you right now, he may be the answer to win the championship. You know what I mean? Because I'm
Oh
telling you,
man,
they need. I mean, Hartford is good. Don't get me wrong, but they need a
he's
Hartford's
aging,
really a forward. He's really a forward. He's not really a
right?
center. He's a forward.
So
And
you
they need
said, so you think? Oh, okay, yeah, he's a tweener, but so you think that pretty much, that Taco is the future for that chemistry. He will really mix in well with the
well,
fellas, huh?
not now. I mean, he's in the G League, right? I think they traded him, right? They got rid of him. Or
For development.
is he
He
playing
went to
for the?
Cleveland and Cleveland released him. Yeah,
All right, so now I think he's going to come back another year from now, and he's gonna be very effective for some team,
all
and
right.
they're gonna wish they had this guy. I'm telling you.
I
Yeah,
don't know, man. I'd be kind of scared to play in Boston, man, because if things ain't going right for you, man, they knock a tooth out. You knock your teeth out, man. I mean,
well, listen, man.
like, I mean,
Yeah,
like you see what they did to Isaiah, right? They
I'm
knocked
about to
his
say,
teeth out too. I'm like, damn.
yeah,
I don't know about playing in Boston, man. I think a lot of people don't really want to come to Boston. It's like hell in Boston, man. House divided, shit burning down. Man,
yeah, yeah.
I mean, a lot of racism in Boston, man. You see the
Yeah,
shit Bill Russell had to go through.
you
I
can't.
mean,
Yeah,
like you win the game, it's never you, it's always the other guy. And I'm like, man, that's a lot to go through in Boston.
listen,
That's
man.
why Anthony Davis. That's why Anthony Davis. His father ain't want him to go play in Boston. He's like, nah, you can't play in Boston.
Boston's not an
Tradition,
easy place. They love you, but then when they hate you, man, or something
right?
goes down, it's like you said, it falls apart, man. But
Right.
yeah, I mean, no, I agree with you on that, man. It's like what happened to Isaiah. The same thing. It's funny. The picture came up, and I was about to say his name. That's you read my mind. So I was like, yeah, man. When your teeth start falling out, that's when everything starts falling apart. But
Man.
look what happened to him, man. Yo, he got that hip injury, and he's finally getting back to where he's at. But yo, they ran that guy on the ground, man. He was
Crazy, man.
he literally was playing hurt, tearing up his hip, and so you had a question like, what's going on with that? So, yeah, the Celtics. I mean, I don't know, man. I think they need to work on some things. I see some good things happening. You know what I mean? Give this coach
Hold
a
on.
chance. He's a new
Hold on, we
coach.
got a. I think we have a caller in here. Call in. A guest. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Hello. Raw Sports Radio. I I don't know if I'm thinking. Hello. Oh
Oh, maybe they hung up.
yeah, I think they hung up.
Okay.
Whoever that was, caller. I think it says Cliff. Man, call back. My bad. By the way, you guys, phone lines are open. 888-4025 Raw. That's 888-4025 Raw. All right.
Yeah. So, basically, man, the Celtics, I think they have a shot to make some noise in the East. Can they come out of the East? I don't know. I still, think that they got some teams that kind of got it together a little bit more together than they do.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, it's about matches, man. They seem to have a problem with Atlanta too. I mean, Atlanta beat them the other night. So Trey Young and them, I believe. So yeah, so they you know they got
Hello.
Milwaukee. They have
Hello.
problems with Milwaukee.
Oh, I just heard him. Somebody.
You just heard it. You just heard the caller.
They keep calling. I gotta hold on. Here you go.
I can hear him now.
You can hear him now.
Yes, I can. Yeah.
All right. Hey, sorry, Cliff, man. We're gonna bring that back. We introduce you. This is Raw Sports Radio. Welcome to Raw Sports Radio. And to our viewers, we wanna welcome Cliff, man. Call him, Cliff. What's up now? What do you got for us, Cliff? As far as Celtics contender now?
They're contender, but they won't win.
First time you said first time you said hell no or something like that. It ain't. I want to.
They got a good team, but they won't get out of the East. They won't.
Right.
They might go two. They'll go two into the playoffs. You know, cause your first round, you always got a Trump team. You know, but after that, they ain't going to. They'll be lucky to get out of the second round. You know, take this from them. They have a good team, but they just ain't ready yet. You know.
You can hear him still.
It's not ready.
Yep.
Okay. He said they ain't ready, Ted.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
What you said?
Cliff,
You know.
Hey, Cliff, can you hear Ted?
you can hear me, Cliff?
No, I can't hear him. They're not ready.
He said not really. Go ahead, Ted. Go with your point, Ted.
Well, you know what? Cliff brings up a very good point. You know, the East is pretty stacked in a certain ways. So, yeah, if they can get past the first
Hold on, Cliff.
if they can get past the first, second round, yeah, they might get into some trouble there.
Man, I'm so quiet here. These players, man, they got a bump.
Yeah, well, Ted was just saying that if they can get into the first and second, get past the second round, they might cause some trouble. And, they peak around that time.
I don't think they'll get past the second round.
He said he don't think they'll get past the second round, Ted.
Well, you know what?
It's a no-go, he said.
You know what? I understand
They
what
got to
he's saying.
face Philadelphia. They got to face the Nets. Miami is the East Coast. Oh, man, they go.
Well, let me just say
That's
this.
a strong team.
Right.
You know, they got to get by Philadelphia and Milwaukee first.
Well, let me
Right.
just say this. I'd rather
They
them
just
play.
take a one. They let them.
Hey, hold on, Cliff. You got to say something right quick. One second.
Hold on, Cliff. You got a good point there. But let me just say this.
Atlanta sneak.
I'd rather them play the Sixers than play Milwaukee because Milwaukee is already a champion. Okay, they got the experience. But let me tell you something about the Sixers. I know everybody's like,
You rather them play the Sixers than a Milwaukee?
Yeah, let me tell you something. That whole thing with Harden and Embiid, they're in the honeymoon phase right now. Let's see what happens in the playoffs. Right now, they seem like they having some issues already with Green and Harden already. You saw that video where Green inbounds the ball, man. He don't even want to give the ball to Harden. He's like, man, Harden's like, yo, why you ain't give me the ball? So they already having some issues already. Let's see if they can straighten that out before the playoffs. I'm not sold on Philly. They looking good, and Embiid is having an MVP season. I'll give you that. But let's see. Because remember, Harden don't play too well in the playoffs sometimes. Let's be honest. He hasn't proven that yet. So maybe you can collaborate on that, Cliff.
All right, Cliff. I don't know, Cliff, if you heard anything he said. But Cliff, I don't know if you heard anything he said, but he was saying, what was you saying again, Ted, about maybe they can get some, the last point?
Well, the point I'm saying is this. Go ahead.
Well, hey, Cliff, we're gonna have to get you back on, man. Sorry about the difficulties. We definitely heard you on the show, but we matter of fact, yeah, I think I have the link at I put the link in there so you can come on or whatever. So we'll get back with you, all right?
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right. Well, we'll get back with you. All right. One.
Oh, all right then. Okay. All right. Hold on.
All right.
Yeah, man, I can see the passion with Cliff, man. He definitely was ready to go in on my Celtics, man.
Yeah. He don't believe in them Celtics, man. A lot of people.
But just
a lot of people lost faith in them, man. They ain't playing that '80s basketball anymore. When Larry Bird and them made you had to respect them.
Well, listen,
I don't think
man,
that's the case no more.
No, you don't have that kind of team. You don't even have that kind of team when they had Garnett and Ray Allen them. And
Oh, they did. Yes, they did.
No, I'm saying, but they don't have that. Even they don't have that type of team
With,
now.
with Ray Allen, Paul Pierce,
When Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, and playing, that was a different kind of team.
and
That was a different
Garnett.
kind of animal. These guys are not like those guys.
Right.
They're not like them. So and they have Rondo at the point. I mean, yeah. So it's a different kind of squad. You know what I mean? And those guys, they knew how to play, even though they had the issues sometimes with Ray Allen and Rondo and this that. But at the end of the game, they was on the same page to win the championship. You saw what happened in that 75 year anniversary. Ray
Walk
Allen,
right past it. Just no respect.
Ray Allen went right past him.
Right past his ass, and rightfully he should have, man. You know what I'm saying? You been hitting me with all the Jesus joke. You know what I'm saying? All the Jesus little jokes like he ain't got game. And Ray Allen and Garnett, man, they from the same state. They came up, playing ball a little bit together. Ray Allen from out of South Carolina before he got to moving around. He's from out of South Carolina, and Garnett from right there in Marbury, South Carolina.
Right.
So Garnett took that kind of Ray Allen eventually started taking that personal. He's like, come on, man, you flaking out on like you doing all this right here, man. As much as we done came from, and you know what I'm saying?
Man.
Yeah, you gonna get a lot of TV and all that. We been boys for the longest, man. But I can understand from KG's perspective because like, hey man, we out here trying to take the East over. We trying to become the champs of the NBA. And I get hurt one season or whatever, or we lose one time to LeBron and them, the Miami Heat, and you go join them motherfuckers. Like, come on.
Hey, man.
You know what I'm saying? You can't beat them, join them, huh?
Exactly,
That's the
man.
mentality he have.
Well,
We ain't got that. I mean, in Carolina, bro, we don't got that kind of mentality. We trying to beat them. You know what I mean? John Morant, he out of the South Cac. John Morant, he ain't got nobody on his team. He trying to beat you his damn self.
Let's talk about that.
But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna talk about them on another segment. But as far as them Celtics, we just want to come in here and chop it up about your Celtics because I know
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean we getting close to St. Patrick's Day, man, and I'm already seeing enough green as it is, and I'm like, okay,
hey,
but
listen, man,
I don't want to see too much green unless it's in my pocket, man. That's the only green I want to see.
Don't go up against the Leprechaun, man. It's not a good look.
Oh
man.
Don't
sleep on us, man. Don't sleep on us, man.
Maybe y'all will figure it out, man. Maybe y'all figure it out.
Yeah. We'll see.
I don't know what it takes. It's gonna take a big man presence, like you said, man. We was talking about my team with the Suns with Ayton, the owner, talking like he don't want to pay Ayton that money, give him a max contract. You like don't give it to him. What'd you say about Ayton? You said don't pay him, and you said the Celtics to really use him.
Don't pay him and see how they won't make a championship run.
All right.
Don't give him that money.
All right.
Let me tell you something. Don't give that
What's
guy
good?
Money.
What's good, T? T, what's good? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, we got Terry in here.
Oh, yeah, Terry in here.
Yeah. I don't know.
I can hear you guys.
You can hear us now?
Now I can hear you guys.
That's what's up, bro. So what's good, T?
Not much, man. They everyone getting ready to go. She gonna pick the seafood place, so
Wait. Celebrating his girl's birthday today.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody trying to figure out who older. And I told her she older than me, so
Oh man, we got Terry on here. He talking about his Celtics, you know what I'm saying? Look, God. Man, the worst day of the year, man, is St. Patrick's Day, man. I'm feeling it. Like and T, this one, he got the nerve to bring up Taco Falls again, so I brought him up on the stream.
Taco fell already. Taco's already falling.
Hey, Ted said he the GOAT, man.
From wherever he from, yeah.
He the GOAT, Ted, he the GOAT, man. We just gonna leave it at that, man.
Hey,
he the
man,
GOAT.
Listen,
from wherever he from, yeah.
Let me tell you something, man.
Yeah.
They're gonna regret, trading this guy, man, letting him go into the G League and somebody picking him up. Give him another year, man, and he's gonna be probably the most dominant player center in the league.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Because I saw him working on his skill set. I saw him working on him the other day. They had it on ESPN, man. Let me tell you something. They were doing a lot of things. And I'm like, man, this dude, if he could just figure this out, he could be unstoppable.
Man, love is blind. Whew. That's all I
Love
gotta
is
say.
blind.
Blind as a bat.
Whoa, boy. Love
Let
is
me tell you,
blind, man.
I'm telling you right now. Just give him an opportunity, and you know, give him that time to get better, man. Like I said, you got to give these guys time to get better, man. You know what I mean? We talking about
Taco Fall, he ain't gonna be no better than he is right now. He's not getting no better than he is. It's it.
Hey, give us your rundown, Terry, on the Celtics.
He's hit his ceiling.
Go ahead.
His ceiling has been hit.
Right.
He ain't. He's not getting no better at this point.
Why you think that? Why you think that though? Why you think that?
Because if he was gonna get better at this point, his footwork would have been improved.
That's the point. That's what I was thinking. The same thing.
Simple as that. If you were gonna be, if you're really working to get better and to become a better player as a basketball player, that's what you're looking at, is how to improve your footwork and your mobility.
Right.
Well, that's what they've been doing with him. That's what they're doing him in the G League, man. They're helping him, but they need to play him a little bit more. Let him get out there. Let him get his feet wet. Let him do what he got to do.
Look, man, a Saint Bernard's a Saint Bernard, man. Saint Bernard.
Straight up.
You know, listen, let me tell you something. Remember.
Different kind of game today, right? If it was a power game, he'd be good. If it was a power game, but now today is about open court. Hey, Ted, another day is about open court, spreading the court, man. You know what I mean? You got to be able to defend that pick and roll. But I will give him credit because he's a straight line runner. He fast as hell as a straight line runner. But side to side, he gonna have to pick up that footwork. Hey, Ted. Hey, straight talk. And that's the thing. You know, they helped out with, there is hope for him because they help guys like Roy Hibbert learn how to run. You know what I mean? So there is help for him.
He don't have to run sideways. With that wingspan he has, he just has to put his hands out, bro.
Well, Roy Hibbert was even slower than molasses.
That's right. Yo,
he was a hell of a defender.
Taco Falls is fast considered to Roy Hibbert. He's fast. What are you talking about?
He definitely
is. Everyone's fast considered. Roy Hibbert was possibly the slowest paced guy in the league.
Yeah.
How he won Defensive Player of the Year?
He was successful, bro. The defensive player runner-up. I thought he was runner-up, but he actually won the award, huh?
Yeah, he won it. I was.
Yeah, see, that's my point. You guys are making my point. If that guy, as slow as he was the best defensive player in the league, you try to tell me that Cocker Balls don't have a future, man? Come on, man.
Yeah, but hold on, hold on, wait a minute. Man. Roy Hibbert was also a big man you can throw the ball to and he can make a play. Roy Hibbert is a Georgetown product. Now, Taco Fall came out of where?
That's a good point.
It's with Central Florida. I think with the
Central Florida, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Now, name me the best big man that ever came out of Central Florida.
Taco Falls, man. Taco Falls.
Okay, then. Now, let's see. We look at Georgetown. We got Ewing, Mourning, Mutombo. It's like...
Yeah. And how about Mutombo? Mutombo was no offensive efficient guy, but he did what he needed to do. Never was. Ever. And he's still, how many years did he play in the league, Mutombo?
Too many.
Yo, man.
Mutombo was around forever. Nobody really knows how old Mutombo is.
Right, he was old he was very old in his 40s, right?
Yeah, like he was up in his 40s and he was still on the Rockets blocking shots.
Yeah, but see, to Mutombo's point, I mean, at least he could set screens and defend. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was still serviceable no matter what.
Give my man time to develop, man. Give him some time, man. You guys are second year in the league now. Come on, man.
Yeah, I was wondering, man, about when Terry said. I mean, Terry said that he's reached his peak, and I'm like, damn, he in the G League. He just came in the league. How? That's why I had to ask him.
Terry's hard on him, man. Terry's
he hard on him.
The thing is,
Terry, what you got to get some Celtics, man?
Man, I lived in Florida for a couple years, so I've actually seen Taco Fall in person.
Oh hell!
Yeah.
Where I lived at, I was in the Central Florida area, so.
Right. Hey, the man don't even look real, do he? Towering over people.
No, he don't. He really don't. He really don't look real. But
that's crazy. That's crazy.
For me, if he was gonna get better at this point, he would have to really take serious work on his footwork and his leg strength. because at that height, it's just not.
I mean, he playing real good though. He was playing good ball. You know, they just don't leave him in there long enough, man.
I think. Listen, if I was a coach, I'm not coaching him, but if I was a coach, I'll let that guy get his feet, but let him play, man. Let him get the experience. Let him put him out there. Let him foul out every game. Let him foul out every game. I don't even care. He's getting the experience.
Let him play. But that's the reason why they're shipping these guys to the G League, though.
All right.
Right.
To get them to play. Like the Knicks just did it with Deuce McBride.
Okay.
And McBride should be starting for us. I know who it is. But they ship him to the G League. Right.
Yeah.
The guys need to play, and they're like, you know what, you can play in the G League, but for some reason they don't put them on the floor, on the main stage.
Listen, when you go to the G League, man, and if you ain't getting the money in the G League, your career is basically over, because that's your opportunity to get a job in the league. I mean, if you're not getting any playing time in the G League, that means that you're a professional basketball player, but not an NBA professional.
But not only that, though, you got to understand too now. Now the pool for the G League has got a lot deeper now with the high school kids able to come in now.
Ted, you even said that. You know what I mean?
Kids can negate college and say, you know what, I'm going to go to the G League and become a pro player.
Listen, let's call it like we see it, man. The NBA is one of the hardest jobs to get, and it's one of the hardest jobs to stay in. That's what it is. Let me tell you something. You got 3 years to prove yourself to make sure that you stay in the league.
Tough one, man.
Once you win the club, you win the club. Once you win the club, you win the club.
Yeah.
Because
you got to go through the process with the 10-day contracts and all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Come from the G League.
Yeah, exactly.
You got first, stand out in the G League, and then the 10-day contracts, and then hopefully you get another 10-day contract, and to a certain point of the season where they can sign you for the remainder of the season. Yeah,
if you play 2K, you know how it goes. If you play 2K, you know how it go. They got it in 2K for you to do.
I ain't even play that shit. Yeah,
man,
I'm still waiting for the PS5 to come available.
Man, that PS5 it's hard to come by here, man. I know a couple of buddies of mine. They were like, man, they can't beat the bots, man. They can't beat the bots.
Right. That's a fact.
They cannot get.
I want to see what it's all about. Is it really that? You know what I'm saying? That hell of a machine.
A couple of my friends got it. And they said that it's that.
Damn, don't tell me that. Because now I feel a little deprived right now.
I wait on all electronics. That's just me.
Just wait, right? Exactly.
I wait because I hate being that person. I go buy it, and then 2 weeks later, the new model come out. That happens to me all the time.
Oh, yeah, that's going to happen. Yeah, you on the borderline. Yeah. On the borderline.
Nah, well, PlayStation, man, they come out with every close to 7 or 8 years, they come out with a new model. They don't. It's not like cell phones where they come out like every year and a half.
But here's what they hit you with. They hit you. They'll do it. They'll drop a black one like normal. Then they'll drop a white one.
Hey, you got your hand in the screen, T. We can't see. There you go.
They'll drop a black one. Then they'll drop a white one. Then they do like what they did with Spider-Man. They'll drop a red one. It's like, wait a minute, man. Hold on.
Yeah.
Then they make a pro
marketing scheme.
All different stuff to it, man. Then that red one was hard though with that Spider-Man logo. That was hard. I ain't gonna front.
But he's
I ain't gonna lie. Go ahead.
My wife just showed me something, man. James Harden is already out already, man.
He's out. He's done already.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I wanted the PlayStation shit, man, just to make the trade to see how Harden would fit with Embiid. But what you mean, far as already out? He already bugging. He already acting out. Like you said,
he's out.
Injured.
He's out. He's injured.
Oh shit. Okay. I thought you was like saying that he wasn't gonna make it through that honeymoon phase again.
Well, listen. One way is either do the. He's not. Yeah, he's not. He's hurt already.
Yeah.
So remember, he was playing, but I tell you, I hope it's not his hamstring, man, because hamstrings is serious, man. That's a serious injury, man. That you gotta let that shit heal up. I hope that's not happening again, because that could be a problem. That could just kill Philly's run.
Well, they got one of the best medical staff there. The guy who specializes in those hamstring,
Philly. That's a big blow for them because they gonna need Harden down the stretch. Sadly enough, Embiid can get them there, but
Right.
they need that extra over the top from Harden.
Yeah, I mean, I was telling Terry, I was telling Dave earlier, man, that it was already the honeymoon phase might be over, man. I saw a video on TikTok, man, where they show Green inbounding the ball, and Harden is like, "Yeah, give me the ball," and he just throws the ball to the other guy. And Harden was like, "No, what are you doing?" And he was already looking at the bench, and Doc Rivers was like, "What's this guy doing?" And Green was like, "Get out of here, man! I'm not giving you the ball. Like you're not taking over like that." That's what it looked like.
Now, who denied him the ball? Who wouldn't give him the ball?
Green didn't want to give him the ball. Green was
okay, Danny Green. He better worry.
Green was like, "Nah, man, I'm not giving you the ball, man. Like, knock it off. Let me give it to the other guy. Maybe the other point guard was there, and he was saying, like, I'm gonna give it to my man here. Like relax, like play off the ball a little bit. You know what I'm saying?"
So I'm looking here, man, and it says, as far as the hamstring part, it says on the it says that the Sixers, one of the announcers mentioned that the team was hiring a hamstring specialist to work with James Harden. Maybe the injuries, so
that's not good.
So Murray, man, he goes that extra mile for James Harden, though. We see that.
Well, listen, he has somebody that was once at Houston that's working now for Philly, right? One of the big guys. It's not his agent, it's somebody else, right?
I'm not sure, man.
Yeah, somebody that went from Houston to Philly. That's one of the reasons why that deal came off too. So,
that whole deal was just it was just kind of like, wait a minute. How I was just like, I didn't even know what's his name left Houston, Maury. I didn't even know he left.
Maury, that's the guy we're talking about, right?
Yeah. I didn't even know he left. So then when it was like, 76ers, I was like, wait, when did he go there?
Yeah.
So,
man.
But see, he wanted out of Houston so bad. The first option was the Nets. So he took that. So I'm getting out of here. But he really probably wanted, like you said, wanted to go to Philly.
Yeah, what Daryl Murray went to, because they tried to hire Mike D'Antoni in Philly, but they ended up hiring
Mike,
they ended up hiring the coach now.
I got a problem.
What's the coach now? Rivers, Doc Rivers. They hired Doc Rivers instead.
Listen, not for nothing. I hope you never mention that guy's name again.
Oh, because you're a Knicks fan, yeah. Y'all don't even call him Mike D'Antoni. Y'all call him Mike Antoni, right?
Let me tell you something, man. That dude, man, and I don't know how this guy stays in rotation with getting jobs on the damn time. I don't know how he does it. This guy hasn't won anything, but yet he always lands on his feet like a cat, man. He gets a job.
Always,
man. I'm like,
always.
I think it seemed like he was trying to position himself to take over, like as an assistant on the Nets. You know what I'm saying? On the Nets team with Harden there. It's hoping that, if they fired Nash, that he would be able to, replace him as head coach or something. I thought that was going to happen.
Let me tell you something. The Nets, they known for doing that. Remember when what you call him was the head coach?
Lawrence Frank?
No, it wasn't. No, what's the guy who played the point guard for Kansas? Remember he was the head coach at one point.
Jacques Vaughn.
Jacques Vaughn. And let me tell you something.
He stepped up.
They put an assistant right there to make sure that in time they were gonna bump him out. That was cold. He didn't get a good opportunity. Okay. Yeah. They did the same thing with the dude from San Antonio, the point guard that was coaching them at one point. What's his name? They won the championship with Robinson and them. What's his name?
Negro?
No, he's coaching Alabama. He's coaching Alabama at one point. University of Alabama.
You're talking about he played Avery Johnson.
Avery Johnson. The same thing Avery Johnson, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they keep doing that, man. Bringing a guy in, and you think that he's like an assistant, but he's really gonna take the job.
Hey, didn't he ended up winning the championship with Dallas, or he came up short? Avery.
No, I think
they gave it to Carlisle the next year, probably. I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think it was Carlisle. Yeah.
Hey man, that pretty much does it for the show. But hey man, you see how my sons knocked your Knicks out yesterday, man. Last second shot, Cam Johnson. Julius Randle, I'm starting to believe we gonna have to chop it up on that, Terry. Because
I bet against the Knicks in that game. I bet on Phoenix.
Oh, okay. Well, shit, you came up then. Because Julius Randle, man, he did it. He hurt his team, man. Once again, man. Got into it with Cam Johnson. Cam Johnson ended up he lit a fuse in that man. He lit their ass up in the fourth quarter, man. Three after three, he had like 9 threes back to back, and in the game winner, man, for the nail in the coffin. He's sitting to watch that, you know what I'm saying, Julius. So you seen that, Terry, huh?
I was on the couch when he hit the game winner. I started yelling. My baby mama come out the room. The kids asleep. That's my fault.
That's how buddy talk.
Off the glass, right off the glass.
You gotta be a realist when it comes to making bets and the money. You gotta be a realist, even if it's your team. You gotta be a realist, man. You gotta go where the money's at.
I looked at
the money's odds, man.
I looked at the Knicks gonna blow this one. So there's something about the Knicks. I don't care what era, what generation, what team it is. It's something about third quarter between 3 to 5 minutes. These niggas just fall the fuck.
They don't finish.
Yo, they don't fall off as bad as the damn Lakers do in the fourth quarter. Cause they've been doing it for like 10 games straight, bro. I don't even want to even go into that. I've been watching them closely, and the Lakers in the fourth quarter, they just fall.
There's no leadership.
But he's saying, but Terry's saying he's saying historically though. You know what I mean?
That's historically for us.
Right.
The Knicks, listen, if you're a Knicks fan, man.
Oh, you remember Pat Ewing against the Pacers missing the layup at the end? All of it, man. It happens.
If you're a Knicks fan,
somehow, man,
have a good health plan because you're gonna need it.
Hey,
yes,
right. That's funny.
Let me tell you something. You end up getting sick with high blood pressure watching the Knicks, bro. I'm telling you.
Man, I don't know how Spike. I don't know how the hell Spike Lee do it, bro. Then for him, how they treated him, they did him like damn near like Oakley. Denied him his access to the back door or whatnot, the VIP. Come on, man. Longest season ticket holder.
Some people say that Spike Lee shouldn't even be at the games. He's bad luck.
Nah.
Because Spike starts talking to people. And when
Spike starts talking,
yeah.
And he gives C's fuel. Yo. The Reggie Miller thing was probably the worst. The Reggie Miller was probably the worst. The Reggie Miller thing, when Reggie hit those like 3 pointers and like.
Say Spike should shut up, huh?
They were like, remember they
that's crazy.
Like, Spike, they was like, Kobe, what happened? He pointed right to Spike.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Spike's had one in his mouth.
That's the same thing that used to get Jordan going too.
Shut your mouth, Spike.
Every time. Hey y'all, hey fellas, we gonna wrap it up here, man. But we gonna come back later for that Sixers and Heat game. You know what I mean? In a couple hours, man. We're gonna recap on that. So
that's gonna be a good one.
We signing out, man. I'm your host, Courtside.
Y'all boys have a good night.
I'm your host, Courtside, Straight Talk Ted, and Natural Born, man. Salute. We out of here.
Have a good night.
Have a good night, guys. 1.